About a year ago, I found myself feeling unhappy, which was strange because I'm I'm not happy 100% of the time, but I will my baseline for happiness is very high. Like I live in gratitude. I'm intentional about anchoring that. But it was different. I found that I needed to put a lot more effort into feeling good. And when I sat down and investigated what was going on, is I just felt unfulfilled. I felt like I wasn't living up to my potential. Um, Everything that I had done, it paled in comparison to what I'm capable of doing. Um, was it the right thing to do? No, it wasn't, but I was doing it anyway. That's a different conversation altogether. Um, it's the whole divine discontent where I knew that I was so capable of doing so much more, but I wasn't, and it led me into a burnout. Really think that's what my burnout was about, and I think expressed it in one or two social media posts that I wasn't because I wasn't creating all that creative energy. The life force was stagnant and it was stuck, and it didn't help the situation. So it was just a vicious cycle. So, but I have this thing where I don't want to waste the crisis. I never want to waste a crisis. It doesn't matter what's going on. It's like, how can we use this for our good? How can we use this to propel us to the next phase or the next chapter? So, in my self examination, I realized that one of the ways that I was limiting myself was I would set a goal and I would set a very unrealistic timeline to achieve it unintentionally. It's the impatience in me, and in realizing that I will not be able to do it in that time, I would try and shift the goalpost or actually shift to that goal altogether. Like just kind of go for something a bit lower, just so I can be able to achieve something within the set timeline. But then 80% of the time, if not 70% of the time, I wouldn't. I just halfway through it, I just will not go through with it. But I didn't know why. I really it never made sense. And while I was reflecting on it, I realized that it's because that's not what I want. That's not the goal. I lose momentum and I lose energy and I lose interest because that's not what I set out to do. So when this was happening, I said to myself, okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna give yourself 2 years, 24. Literally break it down, 24 months, and every single month you are going to dedicate the first 3 to 6 months to building a foundation for how you're going to get to the 24 months. The one thing that I know is that it's never about the goal. It's never about the thing. It's never about the partner. It's never about the car, the house, the money in the bank. It's one, the feeling that it gives us, and two, like the person that you become in the process. I know that I'm aware of that. So then thought to myself, then take care of the vessel. I create a conducive environment for that to take place. Intentional about the books that you read, the content that you consume, from movies, TV series, um, podcasts. So literally, I sat down and I put together a spreadsheet of content that I am intentionally gonna consume over the next 24 months. Every single thing that will be aligned with a specific area that I want to improve, whether it's spirituality, health, career, fitness, and financially. So I had all these goals, I had all these targets, and everything that I will be pouring into myself will be feeding one of the two areas, not two, one of the 6 or 7 areas. I don't know why I said two. I don't know why I said two. What are the areas that I, kind of listed? But along with that, I went into developing a daily review. So how it works is that in the morning I will sit down and I'll set an intention for the day. I will set an intention for the day. I actually want to grab one so I can show you. This is a monthly review. So it's I call it the daily alignment tracker. So the first question I'd ask myself is, how do I want to show up today? What kind of person am I choosing to be today? And then I will just kind of prepare myself for any challenge or any distraction that I might face. It might be that there's an important call that I need to make. So I'm going to be nervous, I'm going to be anxious, or I'm going to need to kind of get into a certain frequency or calm. And I will almost give myself the tool that I'm going to need when that happens. So when I get uncomfortable, how am I gonna calm myself? Is it listening to music? Is it just finding 10 minutes to breathe? Am I gonna get myself a smoothie? Something like that. And then in the evening, I will then do a reflection and reevaluation of the day. If I executed on the things that I said I would, where I showed discipline, what I avoided, why I avoided that, and what uncomfortable action did I take, because the intention was also to stretch myself. And part of it was just being intentional about taking uncomfortable action, and things that I avoided doing, I had to be more intentional about doing them on time. And in preparation for the next day, I would then list 3 needle moving actions. So important actions that I need to take the following day. It also, in terms of visualization and preparing for the next day, it helps that you do it the day before, so you're almost sending energy ahead of the day. And this part I added recently, the gratitude. So I list 5 things that I'm grateful for from that day. It's a practice that I do. I just added it as part of my daily tracker. And as part of the program, it would also include weekly reviews and monthly reviews. I have quarterly reviews where it goes a little bit in depth. I'll go into that, and it's been a practice that's been helping me to just build a system that will it takes away the pressure and the anxiety of knowing that I'm doing the right thing. I'm a big dreamer, and I've found that it's easy for me to get the big picture, right? Like it's very easy, but I often struggled with, how do I get there? How do I, work my way back? And this has been it's been so helpful. And I was doing this in the morning, and I thought I want to share the practice, but I'm also trying to find a way of putting together a journal of sorts that I can share, because a few people who've seen this were interested in having a copy. So once I do that, I will be more than happy to share it. Yeah, that's all I wanted to share with you today. Have a beautiful day. Ciao.